What is up, gamers? So I really want to finish this game today, and I gotta get up early tomorrow. So we're starting early because there's 3 levels left. We're doing it. All right. Do I remember how to play? We need to make this crap. That is a lot of stuff. I do get all my tools though, so that's good. Okay, how many tile ins do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 tile ins, so I get black tiles. I get another spot to make black tiles. I assume that the pink and the blue make this red. Pink, blue. Oh, sorry, it's sort of a cyan and pink. Pink and cyan. That makes it blue. So that's going to make the front bumper. And so... Oh, over here we have pink and yellow. That's going to make red. Okay, we can deal with that. So... we're going to put a mix full Andy there. Up and over the roots. Stop that. And then one here. Stop that as well. Same deal over here. So we'll put a mix full Andy there. Down and under roots, up and over the roots. Wabamo. And then a sensor, and then a sprayer. Those are sprayers. So. I also can set up a sprayer here. And here. It's interesting, it gives me 2 black spawns. I don't know that I need those, but we'll take them, sure. I could see a solution that involves and then like dumping glue on all 4 of these, dumping glue on all 4 of these, if I'm able to assemble the whole thing here. Now if I can do that, you know, it's a bit dodgy. In theory, I could assemble it here, cart it over. That's not a good idea, but not the worst idea I've had in this game. Let me turn everything off to start with. This is going to be when I really want to manage inputs. So sensor here. Does that wire directly to this thing or anti-directly? I think it needs a knot in there, right? Yeah, so unconnect that. I think this needs a knot, so it's and then and that's going to be our always have one ready kind of scenario. So we can do some of that, some of those, one of those. We can get the gluers as well. Cool. So none and none. And one here. And one there. And one there. And one there. And one there. So. And. Ooh, these guys need multiple though, don't they? So 2, 3, 2, 3. That's not going to be confusing. This sensor nuns to the mixer. This one nuns to the belt and the spawner. And not that third thing. What did I actually put that to? Nothing, we're good. And then this one to you, you, and you. Same deal over here. Into a nun, into the mixer. Into a nun, into all the required belts, and then into a nun, into the required belts. Finally, into the nun, into the spawner, and into the nun, into the spawner, and into the nun, into the spawner. Does that spawn junk? Yes, yes, yes. This one's not hooked up. We'll do that. I put a nun right here for it, so we can just connect it like that. Go. Okay, that looks pretty good. That looks like it's what I wanted to do. What is the plan now? I would love to pre-assemble all the pieces sort of here and then cart them forwards. So they need to either come up from the bottom or down from the top. That's not impossible. We need to pass 5 by red. Like, I'm thinking that we bring in these, paint them blue, bring them down, they park right here, and then just kind of wait until, until we move the rest in. That should be doable. So you go down and under the roots and around trees without crashing. We're gonna need a giant mem circuit somewhere. Also, I think that this won't work because it's bad. No, because so we make our mem circuit. This is gonna time everything. So you 3 will spawn this guy. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. No, it's not quite doing what I wanted it to do, and the reason for that is I did it wrong. That one should start off connected to a sensor, and that'll initiate the cycle. Go. That didn't work at all. Why did the sensor not... It should have activated the mem once. Oh, do you need to start on? Go. There we go. Now, does this work? No, it only can do every other one. So that's double a problem. I could fix it by only activating the belt every other frame. I think that works. So this mem doesn't do that, but instead we add some new ones that should both start off that do. So connect that up like that, and then 1, 2, 3, 4. This should spawn 3 tiles. There we go. Now this belt I want to only activate every other frame. I can do that in a lot of ways. Possibly the worst way will be something like this. And just wire them together. And then hook that to the belt. So I have a constant on-off pulse tick thing. So there's that. That looks pretty good. Then once they get here, I want this belt to stop. So sensor here. And let's see. When it activates, you should deactivate. So it definitely needs to go through a none at some point. That also means that this mem shouldn't activate this directly. It should activate the none, and then sensor should activate the none, and then none activates this, and I think that puts 3 blues right here. We will have to find out. Okay, I mean, that's good. That's 1/4 of it done with quotes around that. Let's go ahead and stop the belt so it's not overflowing. Now we just do that again a bunch more times, except, good. I think I could use the painting every other one tech to actually... Hang on, do you paint all of them though? Or do you also have, do you also do only every other one? So, where I've put my mim loop is kind of annoying now because it's way out of the way. Can I still wire it? Yeah. So can you do ones that are all in a row, or do you need them to be spread? 2, 3, paint. You also need them spread, which is kind of good. I can see a play here where I paint them all red, mush them together, and then paint the 2 on the ends black. Or vice versa, I could make sure that it only hits the red on the turn. Yeah, I could see how this works. There's a vision in my head, and it's not a good one, but I think it would work. So we're going to do a double sprayer Andy up here, because I'm going to need the red to pull double duty. But let's get rid of this. Get rid of this. We will turn... No, not this one. 1, 2, 3. You should not activate that. And then the third one should activate that. So that should make 1 space, 2 space, 3 space. Fantastic. Now we send them over this way. And we send them up and over the roots. And around the trees without crashing. Then send them back down. Now I need to put them all together, which is going to be a belt alternator Andy kind of thing. Because I want all 3 of these painted, and then I want to split them. We can do that, probably. Yeah. So, bring that out 3. Belt here, here, and here. Hang on, that doesn't... The turn needs to be here, doesn't it? Like this. And then when it hits the sensor there, 2, 3. So, go ahead and wire all these up like that. And we need a none. You can go there. So this sensor goes to the none. The none will turn off this one. But also we want this one to turn off every other frame anyway. Also, I realized that this setup blocks this guy. So maybe we should turn off these as well. There we go. And then we can hook that into that same mim every other turn loop. So send that. I do have the red paint in the wrong spot. Move view forward 1, connect that, put a stop sign, and then this goes to this none, so it needs to turn off this belt as well. Send it. It did not make a new paint. Perhaps I've done it wrong. Should you then not turn that off? Is that the problem? So now it's blowing up. So it's not quite right. You do want to turn that off. Do you not want to turn this off? I don't see why that would work. So that's ready. But then it's too slow. It missed the one I wanted it to hit. That did what I wanted though. So that's one part that works. Block that. Let's see. Why don't you work? I could fix this by just like putting it back to how it was when it did work. Just do that. What do we think about that? 1 and 2 and 3, and then here comes red. Okay, so that is exactly what I wanted it to do. Now, that needs to line up along these 3 spots. So, once there's a sensor here, we want to connect that to here, and then that will turn that belt off. Now I'd like to reuse this system to put blocks in here as well. I mean, since the whole thing works, so I just like send in another batch. That is a little bit too high, because I don't know what I'm doing. There we go. Like, I want a belt here, also. So you only turn on when that's off. How does this crossover work? I'm going to need to do some more logic, but we'll figure that out in a second. I think this needs an all. So we'll wire this to the all and then the all to the belt. So it should be off by default. Great. Once this activates, this will turn on. Then, when this sensor is on, we want to turn this one on. So, wire that into the all, and it should turn this one off. So that is going to be a none from you to the none, and then the none to this guy. No, that's wrong. The all to the none and the none to this guy. And then I also need to spawn 3 more of these guys, so we need to improve the mem loop. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Where are we in? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Great. I guess it needs some delay in there too, doesn't it? So that, oh, those are both on. So there's time for it to percolate. Turn that off. I'm going to need to move some of these because they're going to be in the way of this system, but whatever. We can move them after they're wired. There we go. Let's say, okay, where does that get to? These need to travel 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. These need to travel 15 blocks. So the one that activates that third guy is this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 14, 15. So 16, 17, just to be safe, we'll do 17. This should spawn this guy. 18, 19 should spawn this guy. And we need a 21. And it should start off. And 21 should spawn this guy. Does this work? Hopefully that's enough of a delay. So there they go. They have been painted red successfully, which is good. Those guys are in place. Here come these. The delay did not need to be nearly that long. This system works though, until we get here. Which is not great. I could just load this up with sensors though to keep the belt on. So like here, we have a sensor. And this would wire straight to the belt. Also, I'm going to move this so it doesn't take quite so long, because they didn't need as much of a delay as I thought. Does that still work? So I'm thinking that when they hit here, I want to basically force the belt on. But just this one. Oh, that might be too soon on these now. Oh, but this trip takes forever, so we can still move them forward even earlier, actually. The black paint is still working. And then there they go. Okay. So I need a sensor here to force the belt on, and then that will work. So that should go there. Also wire that to the belt. Put a stop sign here. And then I can move the end point of this. I think I can probably move it up quite a bit. So 1 and 1 there. There's 1. There's 1. So you. How's that do? Here comes the new guys. That might be too aggressive. I'm gonna be honest, that looks pretty aggressive. Oh, but I forget how long this part takes. Yeah, we're good. Actually, that could still be a little faster. I could still move them up by 1. Anyway, that puts those in place, which is fantastic. Now I want to put red in place from the top. Oh! So, what that's going to consist of, first let's move this. This one go away, instead this one. Make sure that works still real quick. I don't want to start spawning these in until these guys are all set, because they're both going to consume the same red paint, basically. Which is why I'm worried about making this efficient. I can really move these forward, huh? So that one doesn't need to be. You. And let's move this one up as well. So there's one, and then here's one. I think that'll work. And I can use the end of the circuit to spawn the other guys. That is exactly as fast as it can go. Perfect, perfect, perfect. So, good stuff. I did bury this guy where he's going to be hard to use, but I can just use this one. So, over and under roots without crashing. There we go. That kind of works out great. First of all, this belt needs to be in every other tick, Andy. Also this one. Well, I'll figure that out in just a second. First of all, when do these guys need to spawn? Go. When does the last one use the red paint from this side? Right there. Which mem is on? None of them, it looks like. Did I already run out? When's the last one fire? Yeah, okay, we can use like the last 3 here and it'll be fine, I think. What song is this? Because this was hard. This is Twinkle Circuit. I did not know Twinkle Circuit went this hard, but this is fantastic. Alright, how does the spawn look like that? Here these guys come. Yeah, once again, I could actually even do it earlier. So let's do that. Get rid of that connection. Do that connection. I don't really care about making this efficient, so let's get rid of those. I do need room to bring in the glue. So all these mems are kind of in the way. Let's move them. I guess that's the one spot I do care about being efficient, is that the mems are actually physically in the way. Because I want to do this kind of deal and then that kind of deal, right? So this makes me exactly enough room to pull this off. So we're in good shape with this set of mems. And then over and down, and then over and up and over the roots. Great. And then I think you go here. You go here. Does that work glue wise? No, because I didn't put the belt in the right place, but you know, other than that. Here comes glue. Okay, it didn't quite stop it for some reason. Oh, it doesn't. It needs to stop the belts, doesn't it? So you go to this none. And then meanwhile, you're powered by this none, so Go. And then obviously also the sensors need to be, or the sprayers need to be activated at the right time. But that is easily achievable. Sensor there should do it, right? Well, they'll slide in. Let's see. So this sensor, which is going to wire straight to all of the sprayers. That seems like that makes sense. What is this? Oh, speed highway. Of course it is. Okay, looking good. Now, this needs to be an on-off Andy. So we have the mem tick thing, which is good. So wire that to you. Once they hit here, this belt should also be on-off ticking. But also, when this sensor is active, when there's a guy here, we want this one to never turn on. So there's a none. Now, when there isn't a guy here, we want it on-off ticking. So I'm sure there's a better way to do this, but I don't really care. The same MIM is going to power into this all. Send that. How's that look? Done painting down here, paint these guys. And they're going to inch their way along. These in place. But they kind of ended up right at the right time there. Okay, sick. All these belts are off, which is good. Now, 3 belts Monty right here. These will go to this MIM, which will be a set and a clear thing. Because that seems like the easiest way to do it. So when this MIM is off, these 3 belts should all be off. This, we want a sensor here that when activated will set the MIM and then turn the belts on. That'll move everything forward until hits this sensor. We'll put some stop signs. This sensor should clear the MIM so the belts stop moving and also activate all the glue. Now this won't reset the pipeline. Let's see if this works though. I might need to move it back one. It depends on how quickly the belt realizes it needs to stop. Like how many frames is that going to be active for? I think that was perfect. So that means that this sensor, we can throw this one away and wire this sensor into the initial MEM and it should reset. And hopefully that's not on for too many frames. So I like this one because I didn't have to do much belt weaving, just this one thing right here. There's more, and I guess this mess. So I guess this is one big belt weave at the end, but I managed to make it so that all the belt weaving happens at the same time. I think we got it. I really like using the it doesn't work every time tech too. Okay, something didn't reset correctly, it would appear on round 2, which is fun because then it takes a long time to test it. Why is the timing, how could the timing be wrong round 2 though? Unless I activated the wrong thing. How many MEMs are on? Just the one still, which is good. Did I maybe do this slightly too aggressively? Because if that's the case, I can fix that. It looks like it's a little closer up on it, doesn't it? Yeah, see, those guys haven't made it yet. Okay, so I was a little too aggressive with the speed there. But, oh good god, okay. So, the second set should start a little later. There's one. And this one's powered from this one. 2, 3. So turn this one off. There's one. So you should do it. Does that fix the timing? I'm not sure why it changed between the two, but what can you do? There we go. And then this one still comes in last, so that's fine. All these tiles get painted, so that's good. Yeah, the timing is like different. I don't know why it is. Maybe it's fine. Oh, just barely fine, but it is fine. Nice. That's crazy. I really like this tech though, just dump a shit ton of glue on it at the end. Let's go. Alright. That's that done. There's 2 levels left. Check flag and Little Big Trouble. Check flag. So, this one. I don't have any of my fun tools, which is certainly concerning. Let me go to the bathroom, I'll be right back, and then we'll try to do this. So because I don't have knots, I can't make knot gates, which sucks, but maybe it'll work anyway, you know? Let's see. This one's going to be a lot of... There's no gluing, it's just rotations. The way I see to make this piece, we put this on it. And then, so we apply this stencil. That, maybe I need to rotate this twice first, right? Yeah, I either need to rotate this twice, or rotate my guy twice. Probably easier to do the stencil, but it's gonna take up a lot of floor space to do it that way. So then, once the stencil's on, and it'll be on the sort of top right, then we paint blue. How do I get the red? I need 2 of these. That's the problem. I need 2 of these. So I want to do the rectangle first. No. Yes. No. I need to reuse the triangle somehow, is what I'm getting at. Basically, I need to have one triangle like that. Paint the white. I could paint the red first, but then I have to belt weave them, which sucks. If I applied both of these stencils just like they are there, and then painted, I would paint only the part that needs to stay white. So it's like exactly the opposite of what I want it to do. I also need to make these colors, which kind of is going to be annoying. I think it's just mix all of these, though. Let's make the colors first. We can do that. I want to use my trick where I can eat the same color twice, basically. So up and over the roots, and up and over the roots. So like, you go up there, stop. What is this song? Let's get this party started for Chow Race Insurance. Of course it is. Okay. And then we need one here. So something like that should like make all paint colors eventually. Oh, and then turn these on by default. So that there. Yeah, okay, so we make blue when we make red. That's good. Got that going. I'm seeing put a triangle on and then paint blue as an option. So I feel like that doesn't work. You need to go here, there, there, there. Now there's no way I can get a second triangle off of this belt though, which I'm not a huge fan of, to be honest. But let's see. So that would be what I want to apply to my guy there. This is going to spawn too many though, isn't it? Yeah, see, it spawns a boatload. At this point, I need to paint blue. What if you do that? And then you can go up and over the roots. Which one of these is only for one frame? I think you are. Can you spawn this cube instead of this one? Go. That gets a triangle on it. That paints it blue. Now we need to remove the salt. We need to solvent the thing, but then worse, we need to use this dude a second time, which I don't really know how to do with the tools I have. Unless I'm going about this in a stupid way. Where does the thing end up after the first rotate? That's the way I want it for doing the other one. So, can I use that? Doing the rectangle first would not be easier because it would require two triangles. Or can I do that? I mean, doing the rectangle is not easy first isn't easier because it's on the wrong side, right? What does the cube end up looking like? Or the tile even? Yeah, from here, if I applied a red rectangle on the top half or the bottom half. Either way, I couldn't paint it how I need it to paint. So I need to take this off and then put a new this on. How do I do that? I could have this sensor, this, when does it hit that? Go that frame by frame. So where is what when it hits that? This paint is on that tile. Now it's not, so I think that would turn off. Just to check. Does that make it rotate the first time and then not the second time? Okay, yeah, so in theory that would rotate once and then not rotate it the next time. So if I had another sprayer here, what this one would, and then wire that to that, but this one starts off. Like that's the way I want the other one to be. I just need to get rid of the other thing first. How do I get a solvent in there? Like there's no room. I guess it would need to cross this belt and get applied right here. Can we do that? I mean, maybe. Wire you to that. We'll have... This is only active when there's a guy there. And I need a way to make this crossover work. Also, you need to start active. Double also, getting this out is going to be a nightmare now. Okay, so. Good idea. Except that it wasn't. Because this guy gets eaten when we pass here. So what can I do to tell it, turn this one on now? What's in place at the moment? I could maybe spawn one of these. Like that, right? And then, hang on, no, that's going to be a nightmare. Bam. And then that. Go. So as long as this is in place, this is off. It did the wrong piece though. The reason it did the wrong piece is because this needs to rotate twice. How in the hell do I make it rotate twice? That'll do it once. I could rotate the cube, or the tile the other way. How about that? So it rotates once and the tile rotates once. Advance, advance, advance. That is what I want it to paint. It's gonna blow up here though. No, it went down. Because this guy turned... Oh wait, so... This guy... Having this guy control this belt is not great. Because... Then when I eat it, I can't cross the belt anymore. Fair. Okay, that makes sense. I don't hate this though, I just don't like it. How do I tell it to turn off the downways belt? That's the other thing, is what is going to turn this one off? Like that could turn this on, but it won't make it that far, right? I mean, we could have sensors all along the belt. to just keep it forced on, basically. Like that, almost. But then it pauses here. So one more is required to, you know, keep it moving. What about that? What does that do? Spawns it in. There, it's not moving. Now it should move. Now it moves itself. Now this can't have a sensor on it to tell it to go. Something else needs to do that. Blue paint could do it, conceivably. What does that do? Okay, that's all looking good. I think red paint needs to activate the other, but those get there at the same time, by design. Unless red paint was on a longer belt, potentially. Like this. Also, how in the hell do I get the solvents off the second time? It just occurred to me I need to do that too. Okay, hang on. Get rid of these. You need to go, like, do some weird shit. So I have room to mess with you. And then this one needs to get turned on and off. I think that's this. How's that do? I think this needs to activate this. Right? No, because this gets there before the solvent does. So the solvent doesn't make it now. Okay, very cool. We could make this longer. Also, that shouldn't turn that on. It's specifically red paint. We could make it longer. Starting to think this is a bad plan. Okay, we cleared it though. We cleared it, but the solvent wasn't there yet. So you activate that. No, actually, you activate this one. So that when it's eaten, we still make it on through. There's that. And send that. Now, if I can get a solvent to here, we have it. Now, how in the world do I do that? I'm thinking belt here, belt. Also, I guess I need to move you down. Well, moving you down is easy. We just do that. Oh, this is Eggman's theme. Appropriate. So, you're paused here, I think? Do you pause or do you just keep on trucking? Have I broken something? I think I've broken something. Yeah, this... that's gonna break it. Paint. So you pause right here. We can work with that. Probably. You also pause here. Let's do like that. And then one here. Connect those. I don't know if that's going to work, but we'll try it. Then you go here. Now, I need to make it so that this Okay, I can't have a belt here because I need a sensor here that will activate this. Which means that this sensor needs to activate this one all the way back there. Now the other thing is I need to deactivate this belt once this die hits here. How in the world do I do that? Because I don't have my none to turn it off. As I've mentioned a couple times now. What is this? Does this do what I think it's going to do? Everything should get in place, and then once the tile lands on that last sensor, it should stop and activate the belt. Yeah, so that belt's activated, but I need to disactivate this belt. But let it activate for a single tile. Just move it down one. What if I spawn 2 solvents and that activates that, and then we have 2 of these, and then so the second solvent is just a sacrifice where okay, well I see the problem is it doesn't work, but it could work if I do that, right? So there's one, and then we send in a second one to go help the first one out. Oh, right, because... So I need to send in 3. Okay. What does this sensor do? Spawn a solvent as well, sure. 1, 2. There they go. Now it doesn't clear it because now it takes too long again. We can add some wibble wobble. So that should work. That should blow up one of those 2 solvents. Here we go. Although actually, I don't even need to spawn a new one, do I? Because just activating the belt is going to put it in place. That's kind of cool. Yeah, so we spawn 3 of them. And then when you get in there and activate the belt, that'll just go ahead and push that one die over. So there's that. And we submit the flag. So now the spawn everything sensor, I think this won't reset correctly because it'll have too many solvents. I can fix that though by having the initial solvent spawn on a different thingy. So it only spawns at the start. That didn't do anything. Alright, we can fix that. I guess it wasn't present on the tile at all, I think, is what happened. Because it immediately got eaten. There's that. Flag submitted. Now we have 2 solvents coming in. Yeah. So I need to spawn less solvent. That is doable by unhooking this spawn and then putting one up in the corner that never gets activated to do its job instead. That should spawn the same number initially, but then spawn 1 less on every subsequent iteration. Because I guess we don't need like the primer one. We'll see if that's true. This is looking good though. I think we're in there. I I was real worried about this one with the no. I'm surprised we didn't break any, but I guess the extra solvent primer just kind of. That was a weird one. Let's go though. So, just the one left. Now, let me go to the bathroom, then we'll have a stab at it. Right, so the main gimmick of this one is that the map is muy pequeño, which is concerning, given that I am not good at building muy pequeño. I do have all of my crapola, though. Looks like I need to do... I'm gonna need to do a belt weave or some bullshit. I don't know if I can make like one green one and then one blue one, you know? That'll paint blue. We do have 2 tile spawns, which I guess is good. I kind of almost feel like we don't need them. What's the plan? We can hook up this stuff like a usual. Nuns in the corner. And another one there. Let's do it for all of the supply lines. So sensor to none, none to spawner, sensor to none, none to mixer, sensor to none, none to spawner, sensor to none, none to spawner, sensor to none, none to spawner. Sensor to, which one none? I think, which one have we not used yet? This one. Sensor to none, none to spawner. That should make all of the things that aren't the tiles. And it did do that. Now, I need to apply one of these to the tile. Which is like the main gimmick of this game. So, if you pick up this one, and you pick up this one, you're gonna crash, but you can go up and over the roots, and around trees without crashing. You can go through there. I do need to have a crossover at some point. And then I need a second crossover to clean them. Although, you know, in theory, they could link up to the same line here, and then just like pass over the wrong one and then go into the right one. You know what I mean? We just need to make sure that they don't come out too quickly, and that this is okay. Let's do a little mem loop thing. Do 8. We'll see if that's enough. You be on by default, and then I'll have a sensor in the middle just to kickstart the process. So there we go. You stay there. You go ahead and spawn this guy, and you spawn this guy. You don't make one initially though. And neither do you. Okay, that's perfectly timed for them to not cross over correctly, which is very funny that I managed that. So they both should spawn on that one. Yeah, so I just need to figure out the timing on when this belt should be active that way and when it should be active the other way. We can do that. So let's put one here, here, and there to make it as easy as possible. No, don't test. So, which mem is active when this one needs to cross? This one and this one. So we wired these two to the crossways belt. And then, how about the other one? Which one's active when you need it cross? These two. So, this one and this one go to that. Does this work? It's like a traffic light. That's not going to work because it put them back to back, which is not great. Perhaps I can delay it just a little by doing something like that. I could also have one of these belts just turn off for a second based on the mem timer. That's looking fine though. Now there is a problem in that I'm painting them wrong. I'm making the big dot on the wrong. So I've you see the concept. I'm just dumb. So let me. The big one needs to paint green. Let me rip all this stuff out. I think that the little loop, though, I think that's good. We'll keep that. And probably the same submission. I think that's probably good. But yeah, let's rip out all this stuff. The small dot needs to get painted blue. So you go up and over the roots and around trees without crashing. And this one needs to get painted green. So you can go like that and get painted green. Then they both need to get D paint or D. This works again except for this clusterfuck right here. So let's see. Can I make this so that they don't interact with each other? This mem is active. So left, bottom left, middle. Need to activate this belt. Left, bottom left, middle. Alright, go. Oh, right, and then it blows up. Right. And then you can activate that one. Let's see if they make it around successfully. Yeah, and then how about if the same two activate over here? So it's like a little, it's like a traffic light. That kind of works. They do not work right here though. Slight problem. We can fix that with a little bit of a delay thingy. Do that. You know, in theory anyway. So first green is good. Does it submit? It does. And then they're spaced out the correct amount now. So that's fantastic. And good, it does keep, it will keep eating them even after I've finished submitting. Let's go. All right, I was really worried about that. So that is it. That's all the levels. I guess I didn't need to start early today, but I wanted to make sure I finished this in case we got another one where each level took an hour. But not the case. I'm trying to think, because I could do something else tonight, but I think I'm just going to call it there. So, yeah. The evil's been vanquished. The curse is lifted. See ya.